How cute is that, right, Jess?
Absolutely, yes. They got plenty of snow out there for the winter games. They've had more snow out there than we've had recently, at least. We were running well above average for snowfall, and that's really changed this month. We were incredibly cold for the first part of the month, and then we did do a lot of melting over the last several days. So Cleveland Hopkins, we're actually down to just shy of average for snowfall. We've had less than an inch so far this month. Akron, Canton, Mansfield, a little bit of a different situation there. We're still running above average for Akron, Canton, and below average for Mansfield. We are going to add some snow to those totals. We got a weather impact alert coming up for Sunday and Monday. Accumulating snow, everyone's going to see at least an inch or two, and we're likely to see some slowdowns with travel, especially as we get into Sunday night and Monday, particularly for that morning commute. Definitely likely that you're going to have some slowdowns. There's some areas that will have some improvement by later in the evening. We do have winter storm watches that have been posted, especially for some areas of the primary snow belt and down through portions of Summit and Medina counties as well. So a lot of these areas really where we're expecting to see the highest totals by the time all is said and done as we get into Monday night and heading towards Tuesday. A lot of these areas going to have at least 3 to 6 inches. Some locally higher totals could be possible, and everyone else a little bit of a range, but generally less than that. And this is all part of a system that's moving up the East Coast. We're kind of going to have a little bit of an interaction with that. It's going to give us a good north wind and give us some lake effect on Monday. It's going to cause some blizzard conditions for areas to the east. We have blizzard warnings from areas of Maryland all the way up to Boston and beyond. So a lot of winter weather happening for the East Coast, and we of course have our part to play in that as well. We've got one area of rain and snow that's moving off to our east, additional development off to the west. We did have a little bit of this move through, not too much, just a quick dusting if anything, with some of this snow moving through, and that's racing quickly into Pennsylvania and going to continue to develop. We are watching some more development out across Lake Erie and back towards the state line in southern Michigan there. That's our next round of snow that's going to be moving in, and we will continue to see that snow kind of on the increase overall as we head into tomorrow. So again, any snow earlier, fairly limited and moving off towards the east. We're watching a few flakes trying to develop closer to the Lake Erie shoreline. We'll get more luck with that snow developing as we go through tonight and into tomorrow with that National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. So by tomorrow morning and through the day tomorrow, we're going to have scattered snow that's going to be with us. Thing to consider for tomorrow. Our air temperatures are going to be around the freezing mark, especially through the middle part of the day. Winds are not going to be terribly strong, and a lot of the snow is going to be falling during the daytime hours. We also have done a lot of melting over the last week. We had a week's worth of above average temperatures, so a lot of our surfaces are still pretty decent as far as temperatures are concerned. Roadways included in that, so I don't think we'll have too many issues during the daylight hours on Sunday. It's really once we get to Sunday evening and beyond that we start to see some changes there. We'll have some falling temperatures, our winds will start to kick up, and with that north wind in play, we get more of a lake effect influence heading into Monday. So Monday morning, everyone wakes up to, at the very least, a dusting, some of us much more than that, and that lake effect is going to be ongoing for many areas. And with the stronger winds, we could have some areas of low visibility and even some blowing snow. So that is definitely going to cause some slowdowns for that morning commute on Monday. As we go through the day on Monday, we're going to continue to have that strong northerly wind, and we'll keep the chance for some lake effect around as we go through at least the middle part of the day and even into the evening commute. Still likely that some areas, especially for the snow belt there, we'll be dealing with some lingering lake effect. It could be a very different situation for areas further south and west, kind of out of the jurisdiction of the lakes, but where we still have that snow going, still likely to have some issues for that evening commute. The general trend is going to be that that lake effect does work on tapering off as we go through the evening and into the overnight, kind of dry things out, and our winds will be improving a little bit as well. So as far as accumulations go, we'll see those really adding up like kind of later Sunday and into the overnight hours. By Monday morning, we wake up from anywhere from an inch to locally 3 inches or higher, and then we will add some additional snow as we go through the day and before we see things tapering off. So again, we're going to have a wide range in totals. Highest totals really expected to be where we have those winter storm watches, or we could see locally totals over 6 inches for a few areas. Rest of us, we're generally looking at about 1 to 3 inches where we're outside of those watches, but we'll watch all of those totals very closely. A lot of this depends on exactly where those lake effect bands set up. All of these numbers definitely not written in stone. It's It's going to depend on that lake effect. The general idea is that we're going to have that wide range in snowfall totals and therefore impacts depending on your location. That's the thing to know going into Sunday and Monday. So weather impact alerts for Sunday and Monday. That snow does taper off Monday night. The rest of that Union Home Mortgage forecast, temperatures kind of struggling in the 30s to the middle part of the week. We'll talk about a couple other systems that are going to be moving through fairly quickly. And then we do look a little brighter and a little warmer as we head towards the start of the weekend. Sports is up after the break.